Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to talk about the Laravel repository pattern that we all love and use in most of our projects, that we can maintain our code and we have less errors in this code, because when we write code in the controller, all the codes and different type of codes and the functionality messed up, and there is a lot of code in the controller which looks messy and it doesn't maintainable, and when you test the code it is really difficult to test and there will be a lot of errors. So that's why the repository pattern is there, so that you can keep our logics, our main logics or core logics that we need in one place, and controller is showing all the information to the view and putting all the information in the view. So this is very important. So controller is doing all the thing to pass all the data to the views, and repository pattern is actually implementing all the functionality than a model needs, because repository pattern works with our model and controller normally works with the request and sends all this data to the view, and from view it takes all the data as a request to the controller. So controller is doing the passing of data, and repository is doing the main logical work, that is getting all the data from the database, put all the data from the database, and get all those data by its ID and edit, delete, all of those things. So our main logic is inside the interface. Suppose we have a product module, it have a product interface, and in interface we create all the method like create, delete, update, all the good thing, search, edit, all of those things, and then we implement it in the product repository. So for each module we have each repository, and repository is the main thing that work we are with our model, and that gets all the data from the database, and then we pass all this information to the controller when we create a constructor that inject all those method. Okay, so this is very important. So there is a process going on there, so there is a middleware. So that's why I need app service provider to bind our repository with our interface, so that we can use all those methods to use the power of repository pattern inside the controller. So that's why the code is more control, more logical, and the main purpose and all the functionality inside the controller remains the same, like show, create, update, delete, destroy, all of those things are the same, but our main logical work is done on our repository. So the code is really clean, business logic and our data access logic is totally clean, and there is less code, it is properly maintainable, everything is so perfect. So that's why you use repository pattern a lot. So let's see in the full detail in the next videos. In next 4 videos you will understand a lot about it, and so let's get into it and let's learn it. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So in this video, as you know from the intro, we are talking about the most important thing for Laravel, especially if you're concerned with the repository pattern. I already learned it, and now I'm going to show you how you implement it. It's really simple and easy. First I thought it would be really difficult, then I thought it is really easy, and I think you should also know about it. So before I go and start the video, so just if you see the Laravel complete series, and I talked about Laravel CRUD, image, files, upload, MVC pattern, database integration, and its model relationship, search functionality, pagination, blade templating, advanced query, REST API, and email sending, and lots of things. So must check out my YouTube series on Laravel complete series. Here now I'm going to implement repository pattern and especially some Ajax functionality. As you can see, we're going to first work with the product CRUD functionality first, then we implement the comment system inside the product. For each product we're going to implement the comment system, and then finally we're going to work with our admin dashboard so that we can delete everything and upload product information and delete all of those things in the same page. So this is our main goal of this video. So let's talk about the Laravel repository pattern. And here I'm going to little bit of include of Ajax, because Ajax is also very important. If you want to learn about Ajax, just check out this video, it will all be covered here. Especially the comment section, I'm going to put the Ajax. So first, in the beginning, we know the Laravel work with the model view controller. The controller handles all the database work. It extends, it takes all the data from the model, and model actually work with the database. So controller works with the model. Suppose we have a product model, comment model, etc. But now in repository pattern, we are not using the controller directly with the model. As you can see, the model is working with the repository. We just gonna create our complete functionality in the repository by extending interfaces. We're gonna implement all the functionality. Then we just use the model to get all of our data from the database, edit it, update it, delete it, everything. Okay, even the file uploading also there. So what we can connect our controller and inject all of our functionality that is already written in the repository, and we need to connect both of them using the app service provider. I'm going to implement something, and by the service we can connect the controller, and repository will be connected, will be talking to each other. If we register a service, app service provider, we're going to register this repository with the controller. Then we can work with the controller and implement all the functionality to show it in the view. but the main work is done by the repository, and repository is, you will call the model and get all the data and restore all the data, update all the data, and do all the business logic here in the repository. And then finally we just put all this functionality inside the controller so that we can work with our view as well, because controller sends all the information to the view. So for that we need to have a controller, obviously, and we're gonna bind controller and repository within the service provider. A demo what I'm gonna build. Okay, so here as you can see we have two model, comment model, okay, and the relationship. You will also learn about relationship as well in the product also there, and it has many comments, but because one product will have many comments. Okay, so this is very important. Then we have a repository and we have a interface repository. It will get all the product and single product, create product, edit product, update and delete all the thing. Okay, and then we're going to implement the product repository. We're going to implement all those features. As you can see, get all the product, get single product, and create product, edit product. Okay, and we're going to update the product. Very simple and very easy. We're going to do every single thing within this. But edit is already there, as you can see. Edit to get all the data based on the ID, and update based on the ID and array of data I will pass. Very simple and very easy. If you go to the controller, if you go to the product controller, here as you can see the index, it will give us all the products. Now as you can see, we just implemented a constructor to inject our product repository with this product. As you can see, now if we just call this the product, and this product has all the functionality of the repository. So this is the constructor that we are using to connect our controller with our repository, product repository. Now we can get all the functionality very easily. Like we call this and it will work. We just call this, it will work. Just call this, it will work. Okay, we don't need to do anything in the controller. We just implemented all the functionalities, and we also work with our model here, product, in the repository. So not directly into the product controller. So this is the main thing that you need to understand. Okay, and we are injecting it using the constructor, and we can connect with our controller with the repository very easily. As you can see, we just call it and it works, and send the view. We just call it and it works. We just call it and it just works like a magic. Okay, so this is a very simple thing, and we can connect it using the service, app service provider. So you need to call this app bind the product repository interface. This is I for the interface, and we are connecting our interface with our product repository. Okay, so interface is just to call the function, to make the function, but there is no bot in it, and repository will implement all the functionality. Okay, very simple and easy. We can also create using two methods. We also show that in this particular video. So now let's check it out. PHP artisan serve. So if you go to products, you'll see all the products. If you go to detail page, you see all the detail with the image and with the comment section. As you can see, very simple and very easy. If you just comment something with a rating, and rating is a number, and you just comment, and as you can see, this commented as added. Okay, now we have two comments there, and we can also see this for any other purpose, any other product as well. So if we go to the admin panel, if you go to the admin product, we have a tabular format. We can edit the product information from here. We can view the particular product information with the comment. We can create one more product, and we can obviously delete it. Okay, so all the functionality that we want to create is already there. Repository pattern to create all the CRUD functionality of the product. As you can see in the admin, if you see in the admin, all the CRUD functionality done using the repository pattern, and the comment feature is done using the Ajax to send request and send data to the database. Very simple and easy method. You can just see the comment based on its particular ID. So it will take particular product ID and it will fetch all the comments, because product has multiple comments. It has many relationship, and all the comments belongs to particular product. So in this video, you're going to understand a lot of things, especially the product model relationship, one-to-many relationship, belongs to relationship, and Ajax sometimes, and most importantly, the repository pattern. For many of you guys, I hope you understand a lot about it, and just enjoy the video. This is the thing that we're going to cover in this particular video. From the next video, we're going to understand how you can implement it, all the features with the new project. So till then, take care, bye bye. I'll see you in the next video.